Student Success Center, Student Support Services to the names are so close. And as my advisor there, after talking with her and getting my classes set up, she says, I think we should go over to TRIO. So she walked me over there and said, here you go. And you're leaving me? My knees were shaking pretty badly, and I was very fortunate, and nothing against anyone, but I was introduced to Cheryl Kingsbury, who became my advisor. And that day, she walked me everywhere, and I was scared. In July of 2002, I left my husband, my home, moved to a college campus with my 17-year-old daughter, and started school within a month. I saw the stressors, but later, and those are the top 3 stressors you can have anytime, anywhere, and I did them all at once. Bless Cheryl, because she had a very warm heart and very good ear for listening, and put me right at ease, and I moved into TRIO, lock, stock, and barrel. The Student Support Services became my home, and it's still my home. Where have I been the last 2-3 weeks when I've been going crazy? I'm trying to prepare for my dissertation. After my first semester, I had a 4.0, and Cheryl says, I think I want to introduce you to Patricia. She's part of the McNair Scholar Program, and if you get into there, they'll help pay your tuition and give you a stipend and prepare you for graduate school. And I went, huh? What? And I'm still honored. I'm so honored to have been a part of McNair and be a part of McNair. She introduced me to Patrice Easy, my advisor for McNair, and I did the interview and everything, and ended up becoming a McNair Scholar. And I'll never forget that day that she introduced me to Patrice. I walked away, and I said, have you ever been without hope? It's a very bad place to be. You've given me hope back. Look at me. I'm going to be a doctor. So anytime and anywhere that I can help, I do. I have walked my students over to TRIO. I walk my students to counseling. I have students walk into my class. Hello, Cheryl. I have a student for me again. I see. What classes are you teaching, Pat? Yeah, okay. Yep. I'll work them in. They kept on telling me, you should be a teacher. You should be a teacher. And I'm going, I don't want to teach grade school. Guys do a wonderful job if you teach kindergarten and grade school and junior high and senior high. But I know I wouldn't. So, and then I discovered then I went in there and I'm going to teach. And they all looked at me like, we do this. We had you pinned a long time ago. So I began my teaching career, and I've taught 5 different classes, and we'll have my 6th added this fall. And sitting on a mountaintop in Colorado 2 summers ago, I got a phone call from the assistant dean of the arts and sciences and said, we want to hire you as an instructor. I'm looking at mountains, my favorite thing. North Dakota, mountains. I'm here to tell you. So I started to become a real paid teacher rather than a teaching assistant. I've won awards, and the thing is that not the award that's important, it's the people that are important. And we were just visiting with Derek, and I'm going to tell on you. I've known Derek since he was this high, and he was a stinker. He just admitted it over, but I'm so proud of him because one day I was walking in through TRIO, and he says, you know what's really nice about these people? Every single one of them will give you the shirt off their back. And they would, and they will, and they do. So here I am in the midst of trying to prepare for my final defense on Thursday. It's been a challenge. I was sick for 6 years. I had mono, I'm not sure what it was, but from the first step to the last, it was awful. I had severe migraines, I was exhausted all the time, didn't miss a day of teaching. And in my doctoral program, both my parents failed and passed away. And in them, sorry, you guys are great support. My parents were my number one. So on Thursday, I'm going to have 2 chairs set aside for them. They will be there. I love Trio. I wouldn't be here without McCann. I wouldn't be here without student support, or Mary, or Dennis, or Joan, or Patrice, or Derek, or Laurel. And I know but the name is not going to come. Thank you. I wouldn't be here without them. I wouldn't be here without McCann. The church of student support services, I just wouldn't. I was 3 years in and 3 years out. Get my degree and go have a life. Now I'm going to have a life. But I'm going to have a life doing what I really love. And my parents or children are very proud of me and can't believe that their mother, who stayed home with them and raised them, decided because of the divorce to go back to school and get a PhD. Something I hadn't expected either. Thank you. I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I will help Trio far and wide, because what you do is you do from the heart. Thank you.